Okay, so, um, I hope you guys understand what I was trying to say. Um, I know it wasn't like super succinct, but I guess I guess if I were a review, I think I would be interested in this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Hope you I hope you get what I mean by that. I hope you find this helpful. Is what I'm saying. If you don't, oh well. But this is definitely an approach I took to improving at StarCraft. Not only at StarCraft, but in other things, and it has it works really well. So, what happens when you do this for so many replays that you play? What happens when you have 50 save points that you went through, like the cyclones, the non-committal army, the splitting them up? What happens when you play through so many different situations that you have so many different we'll call them flashcards to go through that it's hard to keep up with them? Well, I'm going to show you what happens. This is what happens. you uh I can show you some other ones I've been going through. So I just played this guy yesterday, and I made a flashcard about it because I'm trying to improve at StarCraft. I'm trying to make this mistake not happen again. This guy's pretty good. He we went I went I managed to beat him 3 times, and I think he beat me twice, or it was 2-1, or no, I think it was 3-2. I don't remember actually, but regardless. Oh, fuck. So I can't show you the whole map right now because I'm just entering the game as like a scene. This is a scene in the game I was playing. So here we are doing the 2-1-1, and he didn't have a third. I didn't see a third, and all of a sudden my Reaper is running around and I see some lings going by. Okay, that's a little fishy. So this is the problem. I don't have a scan. I can't. I probably should have ran my Reaper in earlier to check the gas to make sure he was doing a Bane bust. Because if you check the gas and he's not mining gas from it, then he's probably, or you'd have to click on the gas and see how much gas he's mined. But anyway, so I'm limited with my capabilities right now. I don't have a scan available. My Reaper just found some lings. I feel like I have to assume it's a Bane bust. Okay, but at the bare minimum, we're going to abandon our natural. Okay, so let's abandon our natural. And this is what I was doing yesterday. So I was like, okay, I need a response to this because otherwise I'm just going to die to it every time. Okay, so what can we do? Well, we can quickly build a couple bunkers. That would be fine. But this guy played a trick on me where the next game, it wasn't a Bane bust. So he's just building a ton of links, right? Kind of like, I mean, like if you look at No Regret, he's like the master at this, like a master of Zerg early aggression. So it's like we need a bunch of different lines, like a bunch of different lines. Let's say, I'm trying to say like vocab. Like we need a bunch of different moves, we'll say, in our vocabulary, in our StarCraft vocabulary, to handle different Baneling timings. I don't know, to handle just like whatever happens in that game specifically. We need stuff to handle. We need like tools to handle it. So here's one of my tools. So I'm gonna lift off the natural, run the SCVs, get a couple engineering bays going, and keep our macro going. Most importantly, or not most importantly, but it's really important. We're gonna continue our build, land the factory here, and all of a sudden, look at that. Look at that. We're walled off. And that's going to be we're going to be walled off before the Banelings hit because Banelings take 14 seconds to make, so we have a little time. And if it's not a Baneling bust, here, I'm going to do this pause because then you can kind of see. So there's no gaps here. There's no gaps. Yeah. Wait, is there a gap? What the Oh yeah, there is a gap, so I messed this up. Hang on. So this command center has to be here. this engineering bay has to be here. There we go. Okay, so that's what I needed to do. Okay, so so this is kind of a dilemma because like let's see. Yeah, anyway, so I'll tell you what I was saying earlier. So what I was saying earlier is that this is a tool I can do if I have enough time to handle a baneling bust. And if it's not a baneling bust, it's fine because we have our 2 engineering bays going and we're all prepped to do our build. So alternatively, like if you imagine we don't build these 2 engineering bays, well then, and we build these 2 bunkers, well now we're slowing down our engine bays, so we're weakening our later game, and if it's not a baneling bust, then we're gonna get more behind than our opponent. We're not staying on pace with our opponent because because he has his natural going. That's why I came over here. I just couldn't think of the words. Alright, so, and again, what I'm saying is, I will fully admit that this is not like a foolproof reaction, but it works. Like, it will work, and it'll improve my decisions by inches. So what I'm saying is that yeah, I keep resorting back to this, but like yeah, ideally we would just ask Cyril what to do because he would understand. There's also other things too, as micro and stuff, but yeah, we're talking just right now. We're just talking about the concepts that what we're doing. So anyway, I was showing you different flashcards I was going through, and that's just one of them. I wanted to show you this because it's like you can practice the game from different situations. So here's another one. I'll just pull up a random one that I was doing. I played this guy. Can't remember if I don't think I beat this guy this time, but he does this early aggression stuff, and I just want to work on my decision making. So it's like okay, he was these 3 roaches over here. He was morphing them into Ravagers. Okay, so I'm not going to spend like an hour on this reaction because it's not super helpful. But what is helpful is just going through this situation for like 30 seconds before you hit ladder. So if you go through like however many situations you want to go through, like also if you have the time. So if you have 4 hours, it might be worth it to just go through like 20 situations and just make sure that you're doing it for like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. So here we go. So I've got 3 Ravagers forming at my natural. I started a bunker. Yeah, so that's the situation. I don't think I saw a third. Yep, you can see I didn't see a third. So what I'm going to do is I started building a cyclone automatically, and I'm going to swing some SCVs because I want to get rid of these Ravagers. And we're going to, so in the game he started running his Ravagers away, and I just want to be familiar with this situation. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to like carry out this situation for like 5 minutes. That's not helpful. It's just helpful to review what you want to do. Anyway, so okay, so the SCVs chase the Ravagers. I think I saw an Overlord here. Yep. So I pulled my Marines. The SCVs chased the Ravagers for a little bit, and then when my Cyclone finished, I started chasing them with the Ravagers with the Cyclone. Okay, so now we handled his aggression, and now we want to get back to the build. That's our goal. So that's all we're gonna do. Because I talked so much, I want to like show you how I would notice. Okay, so notice I titled the flashcard "Back to the Build ASAP." So it's like I want to get back to the build. I just want to familiar myself with this, be familiar with this situation. And once again, as I said earlier in the video, it'll rub off into other decisions I make. So like the early game, whatever happens in the early game, we want to handle it with what we have, and we want to get back to what we were doing. That's our goal. So let's do it. And again, we're not going to do this for 5 minutes. We're going to do it for like a minute at the most. Otherwise, you're gonna spend too much time doing this. Okay, so we're gonna pull some SCVs. I don't want to fight roaches. Or wait, no, they were morphing into Ravagers. Okay, and we're gonna chase them. Keep our macro going because we don't want to be thinking. We're gonna rally to it and pretend these are still chasing them, and then we'll lose a couple SCVs, but that's okay. The Cyclone's gonna take over. And then we're back to the build. Let's get this reactor going. There we go. Keep the depots going. And we want to... this Cyclone will be like a nice follow-up scout. Probably check his third. Again, we're not going to do this for more than like a minute. We want to get our 2 engineer bays going. Because that's continuing the build I was showing you in the last video. So whatever build you're doing, handle the aggression and get back to what you were doing. That's like a really good concept to know. And so anyway, so I don't need to play this out anymore. I already did it. I'm already good. So now let's move on to a new flashcard. So anyway, I'm almost done with the video, I promise. So I want to show you something because I've been on and off with StarCraft lately. I'm just like haven't been as committed, I guess, as I was. Oh, hang on, I gotta download a patch. Whatever. I'll try to. I guess hopefully it'll just work. But anyway, so I can show you this at least. So check this out. So this is what I did in the past week or so. I was like, well, I haven't had the time to go through all the situations. So I haven't been, I just don't have as much time as when I got to Grandmaster League on NA. So, so what I started doing was I made this list of flashcards. It's just a Google Doc. You can do it pretty easily. So these are all things that I rehearse. I just read through them real quick before ladder or while my game is searching. So like I want to remember to not attack if my opponent's going mutas. If he's not going a hive, he has a ton of mutalisks. Don't push out. That might not make sense to you if you're not like, I don't know, if you're like in Platinum League, that none of these are going to really make sense. But, yeah, I mean, if you're in Platinum League, you'll have like your own flashcards that you'll think that you'll be trying to remember. Like it could be as simple as like trying to remember what to do, like in terms of your build you're trying to do. Like, okay, remember to get stim when my Reaper runs away or something like that. I don't know. You might like start trying to pair things, and that could be your flashcard. So, for instance, let's look at this. This is a really good one I like to review because I don't fight roaches too often in my matches. So I like to review this one. Get a second factory after the 4 medevacs instead of liberators. Hold him back and lose nothing because I'll slowly lose my pressure. So let's say I have harassing medevacs, and after reviewing this flashcard, when I'm playing the game, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, don't lose Marines, just keep the pressure going. You don't even have to like do much. You just have to keep the Marines alive and clear some creep. Just show the pressure. That way your Zerg opponent won't attack you. Okay. Also, I need to remember to get a second factory. I need to, yeah, so get a second factory after the 4 medevacs. Because medevacs aren't important. We need tanks. Like, we already have 4 medevacs. That's enough to keep them back. And that's also, this is like all specific to like the build I'm using. But that's not to say that you can't use flashcards if you use different builds each game. So you can say a flashcard might be, as I said in the previous video, this is a good flashcard. Use mules if you cannot clear creep. That's a good flashcard. That goes across every build you might use in Terran vs. Zerg. I don't know. I mean, you can find examples where it won't, but in most cases, you'll remember that. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. That's a good one. This is a good one too. If equal, I have this somewhere. I just didn't. I was too lazy to try to find it. Oh, this one says remember to not be supply blocked in the mid game. Like after I get to like 160 supply, sometimes I just forget to build depots, and it's nice to like rehearse that so that I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Just like take a quick mental note before diving into the ladder. Let's see. Sometimes this is a good one for me. It's like all of these are really good for me specifically. Like you might not mess any of these up, but you might have different set of flashcards. So remaxing SCVs as soon as I lose them. So if I have a mineral line that got wiped out by banelings, sometimes I just forget to build SCVs again, so I just have like 40 SCVs, and I'm like, oh well, shit, I should have just rebuilt that. And then, so it kind of sucks. I guess overall, I'm trying to get to it. Kind of sucks if you forget to do something that you know to do when you're trying to hit Grandmaster League, or whenever if you're trying to win that tournament, or if you're trying to, I don't know. We could even say. Convert this into tennis. If you're trying to, I don't know, win your first varsity game or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't play tennis. I kind of suck at it, but yeah, I don't know. It's just really cool because these flashcards work, and not only just StarCraft and whatever you want to do. It's really helpful. It's really helpful. It's like if you're doing it right. Like notice I've got so many of these. Jesus. I mean, I guess I don't even think this is a lot, actually. I'm gonna show you what I did on NA. Oh man, I can't even log in. That kind of sucks for the video. I just wanted to show you. I think I gotta reboot the BattleNet app. I'll just close out. It's kind of frustrating. Oh, it's a Tuesday. They're probably doing maintenance. Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess there's a patch. Interesting. Whatever. Oh, well, I suppose it's going to take a while. Okay, so, yeah, the point is that I was going to show you that on NA when I was trying to get to Grandmaster League, like before my session, before a ladder session, I would rehearse my builds. So go through them like once versus computer on, cycling through the maps, and then I would go through like 30 flashcards, and I would try to do them for just like 30 seconds to a minute each one, and it was good because what happens is you start familiarizing yourself with these situations that you're in, and then when it comes on ladder, you're just like, oh, I know what to do, and you don't like think about it, you just do it. It's good. For some reason I get like a really good kick out of like just improving. Well, here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll finish my thought. I get a kick out of improving, like no matter like what it is. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So the patch is almost loaded. I'll probably split this video up into 2 videos because I don't know, it's probably been a long time. All right. So if you just hang on a second, I wanted to show you what I was going to show you. Flashcard stuff. Oh, got a firewall. There we go. Yeah, I should apologize if I'm being too intense while showing you guys this stuff. I'm not really that intense of a guy. Okay, so all these games are really old. Or, I mean, are considered old because of the patch. That's fine. So good thing I hopped on EU and showed you those games. All right, so we're getting there. It takes a while when it's an old replay. Oh yeah, so I was saying, yeah, so I think I'm just like pretty passionate about this game, so I just like kind of like get intense about it, and I don't mean to get that intense. I just like it a lot. So yeah, cut me a little slack there, please. So here we go. Yeah, notice all these flashcards are like from 2017, 2018. Yeah, like I had a lot. Like, holy shit, like that's just TVZ too. Like I don't know. I think there's 50 in each. There's like 50 total here. Um yeah, there's I hit Grandmaster League in like August, somewhere around here. Yeah. But yeah, the point is that I don't know, I kind of like hit my I don't know, I kind of like I would just go through all these flashcards before hitting ladder, and it was really helpful. So that's why you can't spend 5 minutes on each one, because that's ridiculous. And then it like the only reason I was able to do it is because I had like 4 hours. So I don't know. So I would do it because it was helpful. So if you don't have that much, if you don't have a lot of time, let's say you just like play after you get home from work for like I don't know, say like an hour and a half, 2 hours. What you can do is just like write down the flashcards, put them on a Google Doc. It's really simple to do that. Just I don't know, just go to Google Docs, and you can like rehearse them while you're at work or while you're at school. I don't know. I remember. Oh man, I remember in when I was in high school, I was like so bored in like some of my classes. I would just like draw like I don't know, I'd like draw my base. It was really weird. You're gonna think I'm crazy. Yeah, but I would draw my fucking base because I was so goddamn bored in class. So anyway, so what you can do is like you can think of these flashcards, or you can even go one step further and start writing down. Like you can start saying, so my opponent had 3 Ravagers pretty early in the game. So he invested into it. So just like what you can do is just like start describing the situation. So it's like, so he has less economy, probably fewer queens, so less creep. So I'm not really that far behind if I swing some SCVs into them. In fact, I'll be on pace with my opponent. I don't know, you can like just start describing stuff, and that's like one way to get better too. Because you can, I don't know, I was like just recently watching Pig coach a Silver League guy, and it was really fun. I enjoyed watching the video. Pig was like talking about how you can visualize the situations. He's like, well, you should just be able to visualize this. I think the guy was talking about like he was talking. Oh man, it was so cool because the silver guy was talking about the silver guy was talking about his solutions to his game, and it's the same thing as me talking about solutions to my game. And here you have Pig telling him, well, how about we consider this instead of your solutions. Like it's just oh man, it was so cool because I'm like, oh yep, that's how it goes. Like you like the I don't know, like it just shows how much better it is to get to improve your decisions from somebody who's like 1,000 MMR ahead of you. So Yeah, I thought that was pretty fun watching that video. Um, anyway. Anyway, so the point is you can start to visualize what's going on, and then you'll just, I don't know, you'll just kind of like sleep on it, and the next day you'll improve it a little bit better. That's another reason why the flashcards are good to do 30 seconds at a time. Just do them for like 30 seconds a day. And you don't have to do all the flashcards, but by all means, don't do that. Just, you can do some of them, whatever you have time for. Do them for 30 seconds. I don't know, even if you just did it like twice a week, it's still good. Like, I don't know. It's helpful. Yeah, hopefully you can tell that I hope you can sense the passion and I hope you can sense that it actually is helpful because I've actually done it and it really is, and it really works, and I'm actually serious. If you're a tennis player and you want to rehearse some concepts, this is good. You can like start describing the situation you're in tennis, and like it'll make you think about, oh man, like what if I hit the ball like this, or what if I hit the ball there cuz he was there. I don't know. Like whatever, however tennis matches go. Yeah. And you can also use the whole, like, you can also of course sharpen your play by, redoing stuff, and I don't know, that's kind of obvious, I guess. Yeah. I was just talking about the previous video I did. Okay. I guess another example of random flashcard is sometimes I forget to get ghosts after getting the fourth gases on my fourth base, so I just have a flashcard do that. Oh, and look at this. Larger army. Scan, then push. Like, scan to make sure his army's at home. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just good. Yep. Not really sure. Yeah. All in all, flashcards are good. I recommend getting coaching. And that's about it. So I'll probably split this video up into 2 videos, and if you have any other tactics on how you like to improve yourself, you should put that in the comments, because yeah, you can tell that I'm interested in this. Let's see. I was going to say one more thing. Yeah, I think if you imagine, like, can you imagine like getting coaching so much that you just have flashcards of what your coach would say? Or like, not necessarily like, what I mean by coach is just somebody who's like 2,000 MMR above you, or like, 1,000 or whatever. It's just like really helpful. Yeah. However, I mean, I can make a video about coaching too, because there's other things too. Like they gotta be, I don't know, they gotta be able to explain stuff. Like I've had bad coaches before. It's kind of, you kind of feel like you wasted time. They gotta be able to explain stuff. So I don't know. Whatever. I'll cut it there. That was good. That was good. Hope you liked it. I'll see you next time. Hope you have a good day. Hope you like my picture. All right. See ya.